What up, YTBC? What up, boxing fans? Well, once I get my new stuff in, because the computer I got right now is more of a family desktop. But when I get my other my other equipment in, I'm gonna start making videos with images and all that stuff, and we'll get rid of this black screen. All right, I want to make this video, man. All right, this video is on this whole Canelo and Gennady Golovkin stuff and Andre Ward stuff. Let me say this, man. Okay? Let me help you guys understand and have a better picture of what's going on, okay? From the early times of boxing, as far as you can go back to, when there is a fighter who brings in people to watch him, who has a big following, and who is a star and everybody knows who he is, when he's fighting a fighter who is less known, do you know what usually happens? Even go back to the 1900s. What do you think happens? They have negotiations. And the fighter who is the star, who is bringing all the money in, he's making the promoters make all the money. And today, making all the networks and the sponsors and everybody else make all this money. He's the reason for all of this. So he pretty much has an advantage over any other fighter when it comes to negotiations, money split, where we're fighting, how we're fighting, all that. Except he doesn't influence the rules, the actual rules of boxing. But he does decide the weight class, wherever, all that. He decides all these things because he is the star. He is the reason you're getting paid as much money as you are. All right? Same thing with your freaking boss at work if you have a job. All right? Or if you have your own business. If you have your own business, you're the reason why all these people are getting paid who work for you. Okay? Because you made that business. You made that business from ground up. If you didn't have that business, none of them would be getting paid from you. So you decide the wages and certain things for these people. All right? So it's the same thing when it comes to boxing. All right? Now, when Gennady Golovkin told Andre Ward to move down to 164, he had all the rights to do so. Right? Andre was pursuing a fight with Gennady Golovkin. He had all the right because Gennady Golovkin was, I wouldn't say that much more well-known, but he was a little bit more well-known. He had a bigger following than Andre Ward did. Okay? So if Andre Ward wanted to make a paycheck with Gennady Golovkin, he's going to have to follow the rules of Gennady Golovkin. Now, seeing how his pay-per-view flopped, okay, and he wanted to fight Canelo, Canelo never said no, he wouldn't fight Gennady Golovkin. He said he would fight him, but he has to come down to 155. This is the exact same thing Golovkin just did to Andre Ward. He flexed his muscle. If you want to get paid for fighting me, you're going to have to come in at this weight. And the thing is this, man. Gennady Golovkin has no say in anything that when it comes to Canelo. All right? Canelo's a star. Let me explain to you what Gennady Golovkin's position is. Okay? This is a 34-year-old man. And I'm going to tell you this. When in boxing have you ever heard of a man that is 34 years old and had no names on his record? No names on his record. So let me give you an example. You see, remember Joe Calzaghe? Joe Calzaghe was out there in the UK fighting with a bunch of people that weren't top guys. But before he turned 34 years old, he fought Hopkins and Jones. So even Joe Calzaghe, who a lot of people in the US and a lot of people considered like a guy who was hiding, who kind of a duck, he before he was 34 years old, fought two names. All right? Golovkin is 34 years old and he hasn't fought a single name in the sport of boxing. Compared to Canelo, who is 10 years younger, a decade younger than, probably more, at least a decade younger than Gennady Golovkin, who's already faced the likes of Floyd Mayweather, the likes of Cotto, And even though Shane Mosley was past his prime, he still fought him. Not only that, the man is bringing 900,000 pay-per-view. His highest pay-per-view numbers with Floyd was somewhere like 2 point something million pay-per-views, right? While Golovkin's highest pay-per-view numbers, still debatable, nobody knows, 97,000, 150,000, who knows? Well, the maximum, let's say 150,000, compared to Canelo's maximum of 2 point whatever million. He is a speck, he is a bug in Canelo's windshield when it comes to pay-per-view numbers. And when it comes to resume, he is still a bug. And he put it like this, man. Guillermo Rigondeaux has only 16 fights. 16! But yet he still has a better resume than Gennady Golovkin. Does that make any fucking sense? Rigondeaux has a better resume with 16 fights than Gennady Golovkin. The guy fought Donito Donaire. That alone wipes out all of Golovkin's opponents in his entire freaking career. He has not fought one opponent at the level of a Donito Donaire, who was a pound for pound top 4 fighter at one point in time. You understand? Well, when Rigondeaux fought him, he was at that level. So now, what has Gennady Golovkin do? What has he done? What has he done so that Canelo has to fight him at 160? Nothing. He doesn't bring in the money Canelo brings in, not even a speck of it. And he doesn't have the resume. He didn't put the work Canelo put in. The fighters Canelo fought. He hasn't had that. So see, in boxing, when you're fighting the star has a better resume. See, sometimes you're fighting a star, but you have the better resume. You see what I'm saying? So even though the star still gets what they want, but you can negotiate. You can, hey man, you got all this, you get all these views, but I got these belts and I fought better competition. You got a little leeway. But that doesn't work when you have nothing to bring to the table. Nothing. When you're in that situation, there's 2 things you can do. The person wants to come down to 155. You can either negotiate, try to get hey, how about we do at 157? 157, both of us, you gain freaking 2 pounds, I lose 3. Let's get in the middle. Or you can accept his offer. That's the only 2 choices you have. And if you don't take the fight, knowing that you don't have no names on your record, you're a flop in the pay-per-view, knowing that you need this person on your record to solidify you as a fighter, then to me, that's a straight up duck. Because you had nothing to offer, and he's offering you the world. He's offering you the pay-per-view. He's offering you the name. And you bring nothing to the table. But yet, you don't want to sacrifice maybe 2-3 pounds or negotiate. You see what I'm saying? That tells me that you don't want to fight that man. And that tells me one thing. You didn't want to fight Ward either. Because I'm going to say it like this, man. When it comes to those things, put it this way. Gennady Golovkin doesn't have a better resume than DeGale. He doesn't have a better resume than Lucien Boutte. He doesn't have a better resume than, who else at 168? Froch. He doesn't have a better resume than, shit. He doesn't have a better resume than Chavez Jr. Chavez Jr. got a better resume than Gennady Golovkin. Chavez Jr. fought Martinez close to his prime. At least nobody on Golovkin's resume is equivalent to Martinez. None. None of them. Shit, Fonfara might be better than everybody on Golovkin's resume. If you don't have a better resume than Chavez Jr., and you are 34 years old, what the hell is your career about, man? What is it about? And don't give me that shit. Oh, everybody's ducking him. Everybody's ducking him. Well, Lara wanted to fight him. Why is there no negotiations going there? Andre Ward wanted to fight him. What happened there? Canelo wants to fight him. You know what it is? He doesn't want to do what it takes to become the man. To me, that's a coward move. When you don't want to do what it takes to become the man, then you definitely don't deserve to be the man. Mayweather moved up to 154 to fight Oscar De La Hoya when Oscar dictated every single rule, every single thing that he wanted, he got. And Floyd stepped up. You understand? Floyd stepped up. Manny Pacquiao, give him credit, because when Floyd asked for whatever he asked for, Manny Pacquiao gave in. All right? He gave in the last fight. He stepped up, tried to beat a man by stepping up. And now you have to give him credit for that, win or lose. All right? Same thing with all these fighters who've done the same freaking thing. When you're not the man, you don't bring in the money. You don't bring in the people. You don't bring in the money. You don't bring in the resume. And the man with the resume and the money asks certain things of you that are not impossible for you to do, or if you can negotiate those things, you do your damn best to get it done, because you need him. He doesn't need you. He doesn't need you. All right? And that's the way boxing has always been. Always been. It's always been that way. The man dictates the rules. Do you think Muhammad Ali didn't dictate the rules to George Foreman? You don't think he decided to fight in Africa? Huh? George Foreman had the belt. But Muhammad Ali was the man. He had the resume and the money. And George Foreman had the resume at the time because he beat Joe Frazier. He beat Joe Frazier. So his resume was already up there. It wasn't no Muhammad Ali resume, but it was up there. Who is Gennady Golovkin's Joe Frazier? He has nobody. And this is not because, I'm not saying I don't like the guy. I love the guy. Gennady Golovkin is the nicest guy, man. I met the guy before. He's a very nice guy. But the point I'm trying to make is your niceness, your likability, your style of fighting does not dictate who has the upper hand when it comes to negotiations. All right? It does not dictate any of that. What dictates that stuff is your resume, the belts you hold, your accolades, and the most important thing is how much you can get everybody paid. Okay? Because those promoters don't really give a damn. I mean, those networks don't give a damn how many belts you got. You can get them paid. Oh, well, guess what? We're going with whatever he says. Because he's the one. Same thing with those sponsors. Tecate, Corona. Yeah, all those guys. Oh, he can get us paid? Screw that. We're going where the money is. At the end of the day, you choose your own destiny. If Golovkin truly wanted to be great, if he truly wanted to have a name on his resume, he would have found a way to negotiate with Canelo, or he would have made the Andre Ward fight happen. But the thing is, he's 34 years old, and Father Time never loses, people. He comes in, he's the sneakiest bastard you'll ever meet. And you know how he works? This month you feeling good and you're doing everything the same way you always do it. Next month you wake up, shit, you're missing a step. You slowed the fuck down. And that's speaking from experience, man. Any of us who are past some of you guys are young. All right? So you don't know the effects of Father Time yet. You don't know how fast and how sneaky that motherfucker is. All right? I may sound like I'm a young guy. I may look like it. You know, black don't crack. But Father Time is very sneaky. You wake up one day, the day before you were feeling great. You were in the incredible shape of your life. You know, you wake up the next day, you're like, what the fuck is that pain right there? I never used to feel that before. And that's how Father Time works. And Gennady Golovkin will get his visit from Father Time soon. And what's gonna end up happening? I'm gonna call it exactly how it's gonna go. And y'all gonna come back to me and let me know. Gennady Golovkin is gonna fight more bums, more no names. And 2016 is gonna come to an end. 2017 is gonna show up, and Father Time would have already done his work. And he's gonna notice he lost a step. Because in his next fight after that, after Father Time's, meticulous work, he's going to realize something's wrong and that he needs to cash out. His promoters are going to realize something's wrong and they need to cash out. And you know what's going to happen? Oh boy, Andre Ward is going to look so good then. Canelo's offer is going to look so good then, but too bad for him. By then, Canelo will be another even bigger star. And the offer is going to get worse. And too bad by then, if Andre Ward beats Kovalev, it's going to be even worse for Gennady Golovkin. And by then, what's going to happen? He's just going to be another title holder in the long list of title holders who never face no big names. And if he does face those guys when Father Time comes for him, he's getting beat. Believe me, he will get beat. And he'll just be another title holder who never faced no top competition. When he did, he lost. That's all history's going to remember about Gennady Golovkin. But if he dared to be great and negotiate with Canelo, like everybody else before his ass did it, then maybe we'll see something else in 2016 and 2017. But until then, man, Gennady Golovkin is a 34-year-old with no names on his record in a flop pay-per-view, with Rigondeaux having a better resume than he does, with 16 fights. That's all I need to say. I'm done.